Example: a woman arrives early for work, but the building she needs to enter isn't open yet, and there aren't any benches or chairs outside her destination. She notices a bench across the street and sits down quietly to wait. A security guard approaches and says, "You can't sit here. Your destination is across the street." And she responds, "I understand, but they're not open yet, and there's nowhere to sit over there. I didn't see a sign saying the bench couldn't be used." The guard may have a legitimate property rule to enforce, but saying your destination is across the street without explaining the rule can come across as dismissive. A clearer approach would be, "I'm sorry, but this bench is on private property, and we're not allowed to have people wait there before opening," and that explains the rule without making the person feel like they're being pushed away just for sitting quietly. This is another example story. Marcus pulled his hoodie tight against the chilly evening air as he waited at the bus stop. It had been a long 10-hour shift, and his feet were aching, but he had a clear plan: work every extra he could get to save up, and step into his move on his own terms. His phone buzzed. It was a text from his cousin Dara. "Yo, you still working over at the Logic Center? They're hiring. They need a plug." And Marcus paused, staring at the screen. Just 2 weeks ago, at the family dinner, Dara had loudly made a point of asking Marcus why he was still riding the bus at his age, and claiming Marcus must be not trying hard enough to get his life together. It had been embarrassing and entirely provoked, designed only to make Dara look big in front of everyone else. And now Dara was asking Marcus to use his hard-earned reputation at work to get him a foot in the door. Marcus locked his phone, slipped into his pocket, and stepped onto the bus without replying. 3 days later, Dara bumped into him at their aunt's house. He's like, "Hey man, I sent you a text," and Dara sat leaning against the kitchen counter with an expert look. "You're gonna hook me up with a word to your supervisor or what?" Marcus looked at him calmly and keeping his voice low and steady. "Dara, last week you told the whole table I wasn't trying hard enough because I take the bus." Marcus said, "Now you want me to vouch for your work ethic at the job. I took the bus to build it. To build. It doesn't work like that. I'm focusing on my own path right now, so you have to apply online like everyone else." Dare opened his mouth to argue, but firmness in Marcus' tone shut it down immediately. Marcus got back to the living room, completely in trouble, knowing that his energy was far too valuable to waste with people who only saw his worth when they needed something from him.